Hello from beautiful Hudson River Park. It's Tony Boccigalupo here. I'm doing a series of Wednesday updates on stuff that I've been up to because I'm working on a bunch of interesting things and would love to share more with you about what those things are. So first of all, wrote up a post yesterday about co-working spaces that might need to close during the COVID pandemic. A lot of spaces have already closed, some of my favorite spaces in the world, and it can be a really rough time for co-working space owners. I know a lot of co-working space owners right now are struggling with just keeping the bills paid. Even if they can reopen, they're not going to be operating at full capacity, and a lot of spaces I think are going to go down, honestly, soon. But fortunately, the bigger picture of what's going on with co-working is something that's more than just sharing rented workspace. And that's where I'm really focusing my energy when I'm talking to people who are running co-working spaces. I think that the whole physical shared workspace thing is an important delivery vehicle for what co-working space owners need. But ultimately, what people really want is connectedness. People want support, people want to belong to something bigger than them, and that's what's driven the co-working movement and really made it the big deal that it is right now. And so that's something that people need now as much as ever. And so that's something that the right mindset can help people to really shift when they're running a co-working space, and maybe now can be running a non-space-based co-working community. To this end, I think that there is a lot of work to be done educating people about what's possible. I see way too much loneliness, way too much disconnectedness, and there is just so much possibility for people to come together and still feel like they can belong and still feel like they can hang out, even if it's with masks on, even if it's at a distance. And that's where I want to explore some things. So one of the things I'm working on is an outdoor co-working session. It was inspired by coming out here to Hudson River Park, where there's all kinds of people hanging out, working out, doing their thing. I noticed that the other day I came out with my camp chair and my laptop and came out to work, and there was another guy doing the same thing. And I was on a call, so I couldn't talk to him, but I wanted to talk to him and realized, hey, he's bringing his camp chair out to the park to work. I'm bringing my camp chair out to the park to work. What if this was the thing that we did, was just organize in a more direct way to say, hey, you're working in the park, I'm working in the park, let's work together, let's be friends, let's not be strangers. Really simple, something we can do at a socially distanced, responsible kind of a way. And could be really fun, and I'm not seeing anybody doing anything like it, and I love doing stuff nobody else is doing, so I'm working on that, codename Chair Cowork, and I think we can have some really fun activities we can layer into it. So I worked on that today. I made a really fun logo for it and made a little website for it, so that was super fun. I'm also working on a social gathering around just talking to somebody while you take a walk. This is something that I love to do in person with my friends, but not everybody's in a position to do that. So I want to do one that you can do virtually, where you can just get matched up with somebody random and just go on a walk with somebody, talk to them about what you're seeing, talk to them about what's going on in your world, and identify cool, magical things that you find as you go, and then share them with the rest of the group once we get back into a reconvening. So I'm calling that Walken Talk, like Christopher Walken, except not sponsored by Christopher Walken or advocated by him at all. And yeah, so getting back into event programming type things, which is kind of fun. And yeah, we'll see where things go from there. Also doing some more work to just articulate my purpose better. But I think ultimately that's all just coming back to this common theme of showing people the power they have to make their lives better, to make the world around them better through really simple, reproducible activities. Everything that I'm doing now is oriented around that. So when I do the Chair Cowork, when I do the Walken Talk, I want it to be something people can copy and people can do in their own context. And I think if we do that, then anything good that comes from something I do will be scaled up, and then more people will be impacted in a positive way. So that's the update. The sunset here on the park is absolutely breathtaking. I'm just going to try to show you. Look at that. Holy moly. Isn't that beautiful? Wherever you are, if you are cooped up in your house a little too much and just not loving your situation right now, I highly recommend get outside. Go find some magic, some beauty. You can always find it. It's always to be found somewhere if you go out and you make yourself available to find it. So go ahead, find your sunset, find your magic, and send me a picture. Catch you next time.